What's up, everyone, and welcome to your Monday's edition of Reptile News, brought to you by the Central Valley Herp Society. Okay, it's not really brought to you by the Central Valley Herp Society. They don't really sponsor the show, but I'm a big supporter of theirs through the years, and it would be kind of cool if they sponsored the show. Hey, send them a message. Tell them they should do that. Or don't. But anyway, guys, so I'm back in here. It is hot today. It is hot in here. I've got these halogen lights up here. It's kind of stupid. I decided to try something a little farther away from the camera with the green screen. The problem is, and you know, we'll talk about this at the end of the show for those of you that are interested. We got a real short one today, so let's just jump on into it. And we're going to start off today in Delaware with kind of a sad one. There's not really many details surrounded around this, but about 60 snakes perished in a Delaware Dover home. The homeowner says he had about 60 snakes in there. The fire started in the kitchen. The snakes were situated around the bedrooms, and it's presumed that all of them perished in the home. No people were hurt, thankfully, but unfortunately 60 snakes perished in this fire. And now I got kind of a tough one that takes us over to Pennsylvania. You see, apparently Jesse from Forgotten Friends Reptile Sanctuary walked into, I believe he was loading some snakes up, and found a king snake which had halfway consumed itself. Now, I started watching the video because, of course, there was a video, and I got really angry, and I was in my head, I was yelling, "Put the damn camera down and help the snake. What are you doing? What the hell is wrong with you?" And then I thought, stop, and I'm going to get, there's a big point to this one that I'm going to get to. And then I thought, wait a minute, let's just take a step back, let's watch the video. And as I watched it, Jesse helped. While he filmed the whole thing, the video's included. I'll put a little snippet here. Hopefully I won't get copyright claimed, but I'll do what I can do. And he videotaped the whole process of getting the snake's rear end, its tail section, out of its own mouth, talking about it the whole way, how much it had eaten itself. And well, you know, when I got done with this story, I really sat back and I thought about this, and I thought twice, and I thought 3 times, and I thought, you know, I started watching this story just from the headline and seeing there was a camera with a whole bunch of hate in my heart for what was going on here. And it really got me to thinking about the hate in our community. And you know, I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. I wanted to spend some time with that since we really didn't have any news to go over. But which, by the way, if you're only interested in news here, we're done with the news. It was only those couple stories. It's been a pretty slow weekend for reptiles. Well, at least for the stuff I want to talk about. But anyway, I figured we'd come on here and talk a little bit about hate. And I don't, you know, I'm guilty. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm guilty of hate in the past. And I'm guilty of perpetuating hate in the past. And I'm still, you know, I'm guilty of it today, and I'm going to be guilty of it in the future. It's kind of part of what I do here. Most of the time when we're talking about news, we're talking about bad things, and I'm a very opinionated person. And I give my opinion, but at the same time I understand that there's a need in the reptile community at large for the tables to be turned and you know, stop spreading the hate and start promoting, you know, positive things. And I really can't tell you, I mean I don't know the answer to it other than to just stop the hate. And what I did here with that particular last story we talked about, I think was a prime example of how you can say, no, I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to see what is happening here and see if I can better educate this person or do whatever I can do. And at the end of the day, I realized Jesse got his video, the news shared it with me, which was great. The snake is no longer eating itself, and from what I understand, the snake was actually due to be picked up to go to its new home as it was adopted. So that being said, I would like to urge everybody, I know a lot of hate comes from newer people in our hobby, and surprisingly, from what I see a lot on social media, the hate, it starts with that, but it's like the older, it's a lot of the people that have been in the hobby that are hating on the newer people, and they call them know-it-alls and all this stuff. But I want to urge everybody to take the newer people under their wings. They're going to be the future of our hobby, regardless of what you feel about them, how they entered the hobby, or how they're conducting themselves. They are the future, and they can be changed. Or do they need to be changed? Not all of them need to be changed. A lot of friends and I have spoken about this in depth over the years, that just because somebody raises a snake or a lizard or any kind of reptile differently than what you do doesn't mean they're wrong. It just means they have a different way of doing it. I mean, if the animal's not suffering, does that mean it's wrong? I would argue that there's, you know, okay, I'm going to use an analogy here that's probably not the best one, but there's more than one way to skin a cat, and there's also more than one way to raise a reptile. I'm a firm believer of that, and I know a lot of the disagreements in our community come from those different ways of caring for a reptile. So I guess the best thing we can do is take the new people, to kind of take them under our wing, and if they truly are doing something wrong, we can educate them instead of hating on them. I see hate on social media all the time, and it's from people who, I guess for some reason, think that maybe these people or persons that they're hating on aren't actually following them on social media, which is funny because a lot of times they are. And not only do the people spreading the hate do absolutely nothing to help bring the hobby into the future, but they do nothing for their business, because the chances of that person patronizing their business again is pretty much slim to none. And yeah, that's pretty much because it's getting really hot in here, and we're like 8 minutes into this already. I gotta look, the camera's way far away from me today. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here, but I'm going to talk a little bit about this here. So for those of you that are still sticking around and interested on how I do things around here, so my green screen is actually a wall. Okay, it's a wall that goes all the way across my room. It's painted green. It goes all the way down this wall too, painted green. But I do have, can I show you this here? Can I bring it over far enough? I do have a curtain. Yeah, okay, so that was far enough over here, so I don't ever film against that. So I got the green wall here, and I don't know if you're going to be able to see this or not. So what I'm saying might not make any sense at all. But right here, this is a door, and that's a door frame right there, and it's all, you know, and my goal is to blend that in with everything. I don't know if it's going to work here, but I kind of like being further away from the camera, just so you guys, so you could see more. I kind of like being further away, so hopefully this is going to work. I'm not going to say if it doesn't, oh well. I'm going to say if it doesn't, maybe we'll just think of something different. But I told you in the last video I was not bringing the green screen back, and then I had such a good time playing with the green screen, I decided, well, maybe it should come back. Maybe it should. I just got to figure out, because it's burning up. It really is burning up in here. It's got to be upwards of 100 degrees, and oh, there's a breeze coming through the window. The wind's blowing. That was nice. And I do have, and I don't want to get too much into this because a lot of you just don't care. There's probably like one of you still watching, but I do have a fan I could turn on right here. You could probably hear it. Can you guys hear that? I can see the audio meter on the camera going up, so I'm sure you guys can hear it. But that wind, all it does is move air from the window into the room, and I don't like doing it. I don't like having the fan on while I'm recording, for the simple fact that I'm pretty sure you can hear it, although when I edit this I'll know for sure. And I might have it on from now on if it's not too bad, because that feels really good right now. But anyway guys, that's going to be all your news for this Monday. I really appreciate you guys hanging around. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. It's somewhere down here. Hit the bell notification. It's somewhere up there. And yeah, that's going to be all your news for this Monday. If you'd like to read any more about these stores, those links are right down below here in the description. And as always, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other, and we'll see you Wednesday.